Please be seated. Good afternoon, Scripps community. I am Linda Davis Taylor, the chair of the Board of Trustees. On behalf of all of the members of the board, many of whom are here today on the stage, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the 84th annual commencement exercise. You know, perhaps you hadn't imagined how active trustees really are, but this really is our very, very favorite day. And believe it or not, my favorite job over the last 5 years has been the opportunity to personally sign those diplomas. I never knew a living person actually could possibly be still there and sign your diploma. So it's a real thrill. To you, the class of 2014, today is a milestone for you. It is the culmination of years of hard work, and it is the beginning of your next phase of pursuing the goals and dreams that you have in front of you. On behalf of the board, I congratulate you on all of your accomplishments, and I commend your focus and discipline in rising to the challenges of the academic rigor that define a college education at Scripps. Today, each of you takes the very significant step from student to alumna of the college, joining thousands of others who have gone before you. We know that Scripps is an inspiring place that cultivates exceptional individuals. So we know that after 4 years at the college, with your new degree in hand very soon, you are prepared and ready to make your unique mark beyond Scripps. We know that what you have learned here at the college will transcend the years you have spent here, and that in time you will play important roles in this complex and changing world. To all the parents and families and friends of today's graduates, we extend a special welcome. You know, as a parent of a Scripps graduate myself, I know the pride you feel here today. So savor the moment and enjoy the ceremony. Now it is my great pleasure to turn the proceedings over to our president, Dr. Lori Bettison-Varga.
Class of 2014, let's hear it. You got the chills yet? So I join Linda Davis Taylor in welcoming all of you to today's commencement exercise. I have two favorite times of the year, this and of course new student orientation, where I got to greet most of you just 4 years ago, and it goes so fast. For all of you in the audience, I know many of you have traveled far, and this is a very exciting day for all of you. I do want to take a moment to draw your attention to the program that has the senior theses listed. I know that you'll have a chance to look through those, and you already know what a remarkable group of students we have in this class. So take some time to look at them. Before we move on to our speakers, I have a few things I want to do. First, I want to recognize the role of the Scripps faculty. They provide the highest level of teaching, advising, and support to our students. And their dedication and commitment are integral to our students' success. This year, we have 3 faculty members retiring with a collective 111 years of combined teaching: Gail Green, Cheryl Walker, and Cesar Lopez. And I ask the faculty as a whole to please rise and accept our acknowledgement for framing the academic excellence of Scripps College. Thank you. Scripps would not run without our dedicated staff. They are essential to the life of the college in many ways, not the least of which is creating a welcoming campus community in which our students thrive. And they work so hard to make sure that days like today are the perfect celebration for all of us. It takes a village to launch a class into the world, so please join me in thanking them for their service to the college. I also want to acknowledge an absence among us, Becky Lee, our former Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students, who passed away suddenly during the fall semester. Becky began her time at the college with this class, and many of you in the audience, as well as the students here, will remember her welcoming at New Student Orientation. We planted a tree in her honor, and the class of 2014 designated its class gift to the endowed scholarship that honors Becky's memory and will impact the college long into the future. It's not been an easy year for our student affairs staff, and I want to acknowledge all they have accomplished and the support they have given our students while managing their and, of course, our students' grief. In addition, I want to thank specifically Professor of French Natalie Rockland for stepping in as Interim Vice President for Student Affairs, and Sam Haynes for stepping in as Acting Dean of Students. To acknowledge their joint contributions this year, they will both participate in the awarding of the degrees of the class of 2014. Let's give them applause. And of course, no commencement would be complete without acknowledging the contributions of the parents, grandparents, family members, and friends who have supported their students through this amazing journey. All of us on stage and your students up here in the front salute you on this very special day. Now, I do want to take a moment to recognize Linda Davis Taylor. She is our outgoing board chair after serving 5 years in the role. Though she's not fond of public accolades, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge her for her service to the college. The mark she has made as board chair is indelible on the success of the institution. The impression she has made on students she has mentored will serve them as a career and life accelerator. Linda and her family have been particularly committed to supporting internship opportunities for Scripps students. They have been leaders in the college's efforts in this regard. Some of you may know that Linda was the former vice president for advancement at Scripps, and she and her husband, CMC faculty member Jim Taylor, are the parents of Scripps alum Della Taylor, class of 2011. Now, in its over 80-year history of the Alumni Association, only 3 individuals have been awarded an honorary alumna. It is my pleasure today to announce that the Alumni Leadership Council, the governing body of the Scripps College Alumni Association, has now elected you, Linda, as the 4th honorary alumna and member of the class of 2014. I have the secret speech. See, she didn't know she was getting that. Now, it's also something, I think, a little bit of history to tell you, that it's a tradition at Scripps to have the commencement on Elm Tree Lawn. In 2008, the original elm trees were taken down because they weren't structurally sound and we didn't want to have an accident during commencement. So we replaced them, and I think the students, you'll all remember that they were just like little twigs, right, when you first got here. And now they're spectacular. The shade is there, thankfully, for your family and friends. I did want to explain that the beautiful podium here, as well as the diploma table, are actually made from the wood of the original elm trees. And they were made by Kirk Delman. Many of you know Kirk Delman, who's curator of the Williamson Gallery. And really, just amazing. Aren't they gorgeous? So, wanted to tell you that. All right, now to the class. It's all about you. Okay? Let's pause just for a minute. I find commencement always emotional. I know you do and your family and friends do as well. But just take a look at the wonderful community you have among you and the people that you have spent so much time in classes, in the residence halls, in clubs and organizations, at the Motley, senior brunch. I really want you to soak in every minute of this, okay? It's an incredible event, commencement, and it goes by so quickly, but I want all of you to just soak it in, look at this friend next to you, and the one on the other side, and just remember this moment and all that you've accomplished. So I know you're excited to hear your student-elected commencement speaker. Sanggeet Manirajah graduates today as a politics and international relations major with a minor in Spanish. She was born and raised in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Prior to becoming a Scripps student, she attended the United World College, Costa Rica, which is a 2-year international school and educational movement. Its mission is to use education as a force to unite people, cultures, and nationalities for a more peaceful and sustainable world. I believe Sanggeet has her name written all over that. In addition to pursuing her academic focus and her love of salsa dancing at Scripps, she also invested herself in ways she did not previously imagine. As a first year, she was awarded the KEEP Summer Internship Grant and worked with the Grassroots Community Educational Development Organization in Ghana. She served as a resource coordinator and facilitator for our Scripps College Academy program, studied abroad in Spain and India, worked in admission as a senior interviewer, and at the Motley as a barista. And in her spare time, did she have any? She danced and was a choreographer with the Claremont Bollywood Dance Company. She will stay with us this summer to continue her work with the Scripps College Academy, then return to her homeland to pursue the interests that Scripps has enabled her to solidify. Please join me in welcoming Sanggeet to the commencement stage.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone. I am incredibly honored and humbled to be standing here today and speaking to you, my fellow classmates. As we're gathered here for the last time, together as the Scripps class of 2014, I can't help but feel goosebumps. The good kind, imagining the journeys that each and every single one of us is about to embark on. The lives that we're going to live, and the dreams, personal and collective, that we hope to fulfill. And how does this journey begin? I believe that the most epic journeys begin with a question. And with this particular journey, the question has to do with a backpack. Each of you has been given a backpack which you will carry with you on this journey ahead. You've been asked to fill it with items and things, anything that you think may help or will be useful on this path ahead. The catch is, you have no idea where you're going, nor do you know what awaits. And the only company you have on this journey is a small thing on your back. The question is, what do you bring with you? This is an analogy that came up in a conversation that I had with a dear friend recently, and it has been revolving in my mind ever since. It got me thinking about how our time here at Scripps has been an extended backpack filling process of sorts. In the classes we've taken, activities we've invested our time, energy, and hearts in, friendships and relationships that we've built and grown with, challenges we've confronted, and the causes that we, individually and collectively, have fought for. The experiences that we've had, the lessons that we've learned, and the memories that we've created do not end here. They will continue to follow us in our future actions and decisions. And today, as we part ways and head off courageously, confidently, and hopefully on our respective paths, I would like to ask you, friends, as you walk away from this place, what will you carry with you? I cannot speak for all of us, nor can I tell you what you should be carrying, but I would like to share with you what I hope I will carry with me on my own journey. For me, I hope that no matter what happens, where I go, or what I do, I hope I will always have with me a sense of humility, that as I walk or dance along this path called life, I am continuously humbled by the people and communities that I become a part of, humbled by the lessons and challenges I encounter. Now, one could associate humility with being overly modest or self-deprecating. Sometimes humility can be construed as being weak. I disagree. From being part of this incredible community that is Scripps, I've come to discover the many different facets of what it means to live with humility, what it means to be humble. Humility, I've discovered, means having an awareness of my own smallness and vulnerability, and being able to see and embrace the beauty and strength in that. Humility means recognizing the strength and power of my own voice and using it when necessary, but not without remembering that when one voice is heard, others are left unheard. Humility means having the discipline to remind and ask myself, what are the consequences and implications of my own thoughts and actions towards those around me? It means challenging and pushing myself in the things I do, but at the same time, having a sensitive honesty of my own limits and limitations. I think it also means to be able to fearlessly dream, but without being possessive of my dreams and without letting my dreams possess me. I've discovered that humility means living in awe and appreciation of the small moments of beauty, kindness, love, and compassion that happens in our day-to-day lives, the moments that make life worth living. Now, perhaps you may be wondering, why of all things do I want to be carrying humility? There's no one reason, and the story that I'm about to share with you is one of many moments and experiences that have made me realize something I think that's rather important, that a lot of the things that happen in our lives are beyond our control. In the spring of my junior year, I studied abroad in India on a program that was focused on sustainable development and social change. We were a group of 25 students from different schools around the US, and the program involved numerous excursions to different parts of northern India, where we visited local NGOs and grassroots development initiatives. This one time, we were visiting an all-girls elementary school in a small rural village in the northern state of Rajasthan. We were visiting an organization whose focus was to increase access to basic education for young girls in that area. The girls were between 7 and 15 years old, and for many of them, given their family background and circumstances, the idea of even attending school was a huge stretch of the imagination. That hot and dry afternoon, we were all seated in a small classroom for introductions, our group across from the group of shy but giggly and excited girls. There was this one girl who was quieter than the rest, who was seated right across from me. We caught each other's eyes a couple of times, and we smiled. As I looked at her, I started to imagine what her life must be like. What did she do first thing in the morning? What her hobbies were, if she had siblings or not, if she had a favorite Indian dessert. And then I started thinking about my own life and how I thought about how different it was from hers. We both represented two very distinct sets of life experiences, and I couldn't help but think about the little and not so little privileges I enjoy, of having a college education, of having the freedom and means to travel and see new places, of having access to opportunities for my own self-growth and development. It wasn't that my life was better than hers, or hers better than mine. They were just different. We each lived very distinct lives with their own particular struggles. Our lives were different, but I could also see how they could be similar. Perhaps in the aspirations and dreams we both have for ourselves. To learn and seek knowledge, to make our families proud, to be good human beings. Perhaps we were both similar in our determination and zeal to fulfill these dreams. As we sat across from each other, I saw quite vividly how easily my life could have been hers and how she could have been living mine. That it was random chance that we were born into the families, places, and circumstances that led us to where we were in that moment, sitting on the opposite sides of that classroom. That had things happened quite differently in our past, our life paths could have been very different than the ones we were on. I think it was that day that I realized my own smallness, my own insignificance, and it was refreshing. In a way, liberating almost. It was liberating because seeing that embracing my smallness was an antithesis to the idea that I, and perhaps many of us, have grown up believing to be true. The idea that if you work hard enough, you'll make it. And if you've made it, it means you've worked hard enough and therefore deserve it. I think that it is too simplistic an idea and is an unsatisfying perspective of both the little and not so little struggles that we all go through in life. I began to question, if hard work indeed doesn't merit me boundless opportunities and access to the good stuff in life, then what about the struggles of so many other women, men, people who've worked as hard, if not harder than me, whose honest efforts and earnestness merits them the very opportunities and open doors that I have had the luck and grace to enjoy, but for reasons beyond my comprehension, they have not. Is there something that distinguishes me, that entitles me to the best of what life has to offer? This question is something that I keep circling back to, and I don't think the answer matters as much as what it has helped me realize. It has helped me realize my smallness, that a lot of what has happened in my life, the privileges and freedoms I have enjoyed, are all a function of something that is beyond my control, a result of forces that are constantly interacting, moving, and shaping me and my path. That while my hard work definitely was a factor in the freedoms I have been blessed to enjoy, it was by no means the only factor. That really, when it comes down to it, a lot of what has happened has been a result of luck. I've just been so incredibly lucky. And I think that all of us, in our own ways, have been lucky. Think about it. We're lucky just by virtue of sitting here, waiting to receive our undergraduate diplomas, by virtue of being soon-to-be graduates of an elite liberal arts college. For the past 4 years, we have had the luxury of learning for the sake of learning, of pursuing experiences and opportunities for our own self-development, of being surrounded by a community of incredibly passionate and talented women, and to be inspired by this community in little and big ways every single day. We're so lucky. So what do we do with this luck? To me personally, I think that this luck calls for a certain sense of responsibility, which is to be humble, to live with humility. It means that I do not take my own achievements for granted, but also that I do not take my own successes too seriously. Because the idea of something being mine, whether it's an accomplishment, achievement, victory, is too simple an idea. Life is more nuanced than that. Remembering the ways in which our lives are an intricate product of forces beyond our control, and more significantly, a product of the relationships and communities we are a part of, is a humbling reminder of how small we are. But how is recognizing our smallness going to help in this journey ahead? Perhaps you're asking. A journey that is uncertain but exciting, terrifying but also inviting. I think in a world that constantly aggrandizes bigness, success, prestige, and opulence, it is in recognizing and embracing our smallness is what will help keep us grounded and help us discover and be reminded of what matters, what's truly important to us. We're able to see things in perspective. By remembering our smallness, we are reminded of the smallness of others too, that every single person around us is fighting their own battle. And it's through our smallness that we are able to walk this journey with a deeper sensitivity and openness to the intricacies of life. We're able to see beauty where there seems to be none, and to have gratitude at times when it seems impossible. I would like to share with you a quote that for me very elegantly encapsulates a recognition of this smallness, but at the same time highlights the tremendous strength and potential this recognition carries. It is by one of my favorite writers and political activists, Arundhati Roy. She says, "The only dream worth having is to dream that you will live while you are alive, and die only when you are dead. To love, to be loved, to never forget your own insignificance, to never get used to the unspeakable violence and vulgar disparity of the life around you, to seek joy in the saddest places, to pursue beauty to its lair, to never simplify what is complicated, or complicate what is simple, to respect strength, never power. Above all, to watch, to try and understand, to never look away, and never, never to forget." Let us never forget. Friends, as we walk our paths, let us never forget the ways in which we are complicit in systems and structures that perpetuate injustice, exclusion, and oppression. But let us remember that in our complicity, we also have the voice and the choice to resist, to question, to challenge, and to never settle for the status quo, to keep fighting, to keep going. Let us remember that our humanity lies in recognizing, respecting, and loving the humanity in the people we interact and cross paths with every single day. That we're so inextricably connected and interdependent, and that life as we know it would be meaningless without this interdependence. And let us remember that in this interconnected and intertwined web that we are all a part of, we're small. Let's remember our own smallness, fragility, vulnerability, for it's in our smallness that we encounter our strength, our faith. It's in our smallness that we encounter life. Life. That as we continue walking, singing, dancing on this path called life, let us never forget our connection to this place, the relationships that we've built, and the communities that we've been a part of here. I will leave you not with a quote, but with a question. As you take this first of many steps on this journey, what will you carry with you? Thank you, class of 2014, for the memories.
Thank you, Sanggeet. And you follow in a long line of remarkably bold and strong Scripps women who go out and make change in the world, as do all of you, and you voiced it so well. So thank you for that. I am very excited to introduce our commencement speaker and to welcome her back home to Scripps. Her highly enthusiastic response to our invitation to speak reflects the kind of admiration and respect for Scripps that our alumni through the generations share. And let's face it, given the press these days, you have to hand it to anyone who's brave enough to give a commencement address. Nonie Creme graduated from Scripps in 1994 with a degree in art. And I suspect the last 20 years have flown by. I've heard that Nonie was very much a bold, passionate student during her time at Scripps. Maybe we'll hear a little bit about that, or maybe she'll tell you later. Maybe. But I know that she's going to share her experiences with us in her talk. Her path from Scripps student to building a multi-million-dollar business was far from typical. She combined the knowledge and skills gleaned from her education with what she calls her ferocious spirit to forge her professional success. As the founding creative director of breakout beauty brand Butter London, Nonie was at the helm of product formulation, design, and brand development. With imaginative techniques, bold graphics, and the audacious, cheeky humor that made Butter London brand a modern cult classic. Her work in product design and development, color, and branding helped shape the explosion of the nail industry, making Nonie the one to watch for innovation in the business. This year, she launched a new global beauty company, and we can expect to hear more about that in the months ahead. She has been featured in Vogue, The New York Times, Vanity Fair, W Magazine, Harper's Bazaar, Women's Wear Daily, and dozens of other publications for her work. And Butter London is a 3-free company. The products do not contain the toxic trio, and I understand her new company is going to be at the cutting edge of product safety as well. Nonie is passionate in her message to other women. Find yourself and then be yourself. Success and opportunity are hidden in every facet of our lives, and I hope to share the map with you for finding them. Please welcome Nonie Creme.
Thank you. First, I'd like to say thank you so much for sharing your commencement day with me. I am deeply nervous, but also deeply honored. I have been made to feel so welcome in the 24 hours that I've been back. I even got to cut Lori's bangs with some blunt office scissors 10 minutes ago. So I definitely feel right back in the sisterhood. Sorry, letting the cat out of the bag. I think I did a pretty good job, actually. When I came to Scripps, I was a chubby goth kid. And then I started hanging out at Pitzer, and I became hippie. Next, I discovered LA and all that it had to offer in the way of illegal warehouse gatherings. And 1992 Raver Nonie was born, although I struggle to remember her. I met my British husband while I was at Scripps, and punk Nonie prevailed for many years, and several exceptionally bad tattoos before giving way to a London-based fashionista version. So here I am, back where I started. Now, a sometimes confusing but well-adjusted amalgamation of all those personas. College is a crucial time to explore yourself and your mind. Try stuff. Develop opinions and just be in an environment where your big purpose and job is simply to think. These years are gold dust. Trust me, you'll carry on reinventing yourself for the rest of your life, but what you learned here at Scripps will creep in and tap you on the shoulder at the most amazing times. You may not even realize you knew those things, but they're in there. So, as the first straight C student to ever give this speech, I'd like to share my experience of that. In all seriousness, I was a very average student. I didn't win awards. I was not valedictorian. I am not a Fulbright scholar. I always knew, thank you. I always knew that I was an artist, but I didn't understand so much about my own creative abilities in nature. I majored in fine art, and I studied under Alan Blizzard and Marcia Kilgore, who not only allowed but encouraged me to spend an entire semester making plaster casts of mine and my now husband's naked bodies to use as canvases. Seeing the naked Nonie installation at my own senior graduation show remains the highlight of my fine art career. I developed a total fascination for paint itself and mixing color. But my big takeaway from all of the painting that I did was that I kind of sucked at it. I was devastated. Here I was, a wildly creative woman with all these ideas, a very strong vision, and a total inability to express them on canvas, despite exceptional tutelage. I feared I was a failure, but the information and the experience was finding its way in to my subconscious and taking hold. Those of you that know me and my first cosmetics company, Butter London, know how that affinity for paint itself ultimately became the backbone of my entire career. But I'll get to that. I did excel in color theory, art history, creative writing, and qigong, thank you, Pitzer. But my passion was for creating, and I felt unsure how to use that, even as I collected my own hard-won diploma. People sometimes roll their eyes at certain majors like, well, what are you going to do with that? And the correct answer is anything I want, actually. You are not defined by your major or the classes in which you excel. They are merely your jumping-off point. If you told me that I'd end up using my Scripps fine arts degree to build beauty enterprises, I'd have laughed at you. I'd have said, I am not an MBA. I don't know anything about business. Well, it turns out you don't have to. You just have to be smart. And you women are smart. How do I know that? Well, because I hold the same diploma that you're about to hold, and as we all know, with far worse grades. And because your education has already found its way into your next steps, whether you realize it or not. And believe me, it's a top-notch education that continues to save my butt every day of my life. I left Scripps in 1994. I ran away to London without a visa, without a penny, without really thinking about it. After a few months of living in a filthy squat with my boyfriend and the band, I started to panic. My parents were furious and told me, quite rightly, that financial aid would come only in the form of an airline ticket. When I came to my senses, I'd never actually been out in the real world without a safety net. I felt lost and scared and kind of dumb, but a safety net appeared. I realized there was something I could do anywhere in the world. I could paint. It's not to say I thought I'd race out and land a show at the Tate, but I could hold a paintbrush, and painting nails looked fun and kind of easy, and a visa was not necessarily required, so that's what I did. My first foray into life with my fabulous and expensive education was spent painting nails. Turns out I was the best, smartest manicurist that London had ever seen. I started my first nail business standing outside the subway station every morning with business cards and a basket full of nail supplies and a pay-as-you-go mobile phone. By lunchtime, I would be fully booked, providing desk-side manicures for the Wall Street types. Cash only. It's important for me to stop here and talk about how hard this period was for me. I was 23. I loved what I was doing. The cash was addictive, but my overarching feeling was shame. I was well-educated, upper middle class, and here I was doing this job that required little more than a grade school education and was what people ended up doing when they had no other options. Now, I had no experience of humility at this point in my life, but this time taught me a hugely important lesson. We are not better than anyone else. We have the gift of our Scripps education, but that education isn't a free pass in life. I'm sorry to tell you, you're still going to have to work really bloody hard to succeed. I also learned to listen to myself and trust that if I was happy, the only measure of success that mattered was my own. This is a crucial life lesson because we live in a world full of expectations. Expectations we put on ourselves, expectations put on us by others, and bars that are high and ever rising, especially for women. So enjoy yourselves. Do things that you enjoy. Don't worry about money. Money is only actually fun if you're already happy. And if you're miserable, it makes it much worse. So grow thick skin, ladies, because I challenge any of you to tell the country club set of Houston, Texas, that you are now a manicurist. And then a friend started dating a top London agent who booked jobs for makeup artists and hairstylists on fashion shoots. No one at that time really thought much about manicurists, but they were required to be on the beauty team. You can't have Mario Testino shooting Kate Moss with dirty, chewed-up fingernails. So suddenly I found myself shooting Gucci ad campaigns with Mario and becoming Kate's personal manicurist for many years to come. Designers started to request me for the fashion shows and sought me out for my special skill, hand-mixed nail polishes. After all, it's just paint, and that's something I knew a lot about. Fashion and beauty editors were fascinated by my arrival on the scene. And it wasn't because I was great at doing nails, although that kind of goes without saying. It was because I was well educated. I was an artist, and I could speak to my trade with authority and in a voice that they could relate to. I began to get calls from Vogue, asking to interview me on the latest beauty and nail trends. Then I saw my picture in the London Times, W Magazine, Vanity Fair. Editors scrambled for my custom nail polishes, and everyone asked, when will you start your own line? Okay, here's the part where overnight I build a $20 million beauty company, I live happily ever after, and we can all go start drinking. Except it did not happen. except it did not happen that way. I had to leave an exceptional career, my beautiful home, my husband in London, move to America by myself, live in someone's rat-infested basement for 2 years, and earn less money than all of you will earn when you graduate to start and grow Butter London. I was 34 years old. I have never worked that hard in my life, and I pray that I will never have to again. We were 2 women at the kitchen table. We had $50,000 in investment that we had managed to beg, borrow, and steal. We had 0 experience in startups, but had this killer vision and a relentless belief that we could do this. I taught myself, through painful trial and error, how to manage multiple labs, product research and development, international supply chain, and simultaneously be the face and the voice of our company. I mean, how hard can it be? I literally can't even work an Excel spreadsheet still, and I'm on my 2nd company. Never underestimate a Scripps art major. That said, I also got to conceive and create a brand, graphics, art, marketing concepts, and I got to mix my precious, precious paint all day. I created my own dream job. It was born right here on this campus. And as I stand here in the throes of my next company, which the press describe as a beauty brand rooted entirely in paint and paint-like cosmetics, nail polishes, even hair dye, I can't help, on cue, but tear up when I look at each of you and wonder where Scripps will take you. Looking back, the line from here to here is crystal clear. But you can't see that as it's happening. That would take all the fun out of it. You're just going to have to trust yourself. The single most important skill that you can take into the next phase of your life is resourcefulness. And you women already have a wealth of resources at your fingertips. First of all, you have each other. And you will continue to call on one another for advice, connections, and support for the rest of your lives. As you move forward and scatter into hundreds of different fields, you will become a crucial network of information and experience for one another. Out of my own graduating class, I am still best buds with a New York journalist, an Italian fashion designer, a high-level Disney exec, and a woman who built from scratch, and with every penny she owned, a world-class extreme snow sports destination with her Pitzer boyfriend, who is now her husband of 16 years. 20 years after graduation, I still call on them regularly. They're my core. They've known me forever. They don't let me get away with anything. The journalist okayed this speech. The fashion designer advised me not to wear the leather shorts I was planning. The Disney exec begged me not to drop the F-bomb. And the snowboarder said, "Fuck yeah, dude, you got this." And you know what? You got this. Don't be scared about what comes next. Don't worry about whether you'll set the world on fire. And definitely don't stress out about money. Just stop. Think, as you've been educated to do. And then try some stuff that looks fun and interesting. If you're desperately unhappy, try something else. And so on, until, you get it. I'm a late bloomer. Some of you will be too, but let me assure you, I never felt like I was failing. I always thought my life was awesome, even when I was holding a basket full of nail files at the subway station. The only measure of success that matters is your own. Living that, knowing that, you simply cannot fail. So here's to you, the class of 2014, all hail the queens. Thank you.
There is absolutely no doubt that she got it on courage, confidence, and hope. Absolutely no doubt. And since, thanks to my fellow alumni, I'm now actually a member of the class of 2014, I can tell you that I graduated from college, 40 years ago today, and your message is just as inspiring for the next phase of life as it is where you sit. So now, fellow classmates of 2014, let me tell you how the rest is going to go for the conferring of your degrees. The class will be presented by Vice President and Dean of Faculty, Amy Marcus Newhall. The degrees will be conferred by President Lori Bettison-Varga with the assistance of Interim Vice President for Student Affairs, Natalie Rockland, and Acting Dean of Students, Sam Hayes.
I'm just checking to make sure. We're just waiting for a minute, as we said we would do, so that all the parents who are at the beginning of the line can be sure to be in line ready for your photos. So we're going to make sure that everybody is set before we begin. The class of 2014 will please rise. President Bettison-Varga, I have the honor of presenting 231 candidates who have been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees for the degree of Bachelor of Arts. So the rest of you may sit down. As I call your name, please come onto stage to receive your diploma. Yasmin A. Champon. And I should have said it, I apologize, magna cum laude. Edith Jane Adams, summa cum laude. Gretchen Allen. Shada Amanat. cum laude. Lauren Elizabeth Ambielli, cum laude. Diara Anderson. Marie Angelis, cum laude. Annie Aqua, magna cum laude. Catherine Aranella, magna cum laude. Emily Areta, cum laude. Cayman Asher, cum laude. Madeline Barnes, magna cum laude. Annabelle Barraza, cum laude. Sasha Bassi, cum laude. Marta Brigida Bean, cum laude. Winona Bechtal, cum laude. Lauren Becker. Lisa Alice Hoskins Beam, magna cum laude. Sarah Dunleavy Berge, in absentia. Aaron Blagman. Shravani Babde. Margaret Renee Leslie Bonaparte. Amy Borsak, magna cum laude. Emma Claire Brilhart, cum laude. Nikki Broderick, cum laude. Hannah Frances Brody, cum laude. Hillary Bruegel, cum laude. Elsa Bruno. Madeline Christine Bulco, magna cum laude. Meredith Burchill. Chelsea Elizabeth Carlson, cum laude. Amanda Nicole Carter, cum laude. Karen Anabe Castra Ayala, cum laude. Alexandra Marie Coco Arai Kali. Maria Ceja Rodriguez, cum laude. Elaine Chan, cum laude. Nicole E. Chan, magna cum laude. Priyanka Chaudhary. Fen Shao Chen, in absentia, cum laude. Joanne Chern, cum laude. Alexa Rebecca Clark, cum laude. Allison Comrie. Rose Cooper Finger. Claire Courtney, cum laude. Marie Louise Creedon, magna cum laude. Belen Aline Cruz. Kelly Ann Davis. Victoria Catherine Davis. Vivian Pauline Delchamps, cum laude. Ishani Ravindra Deo, summa cum laude. Lydia June DePillis Lindheim, in absentia. Elizabeth Loken Debo. Summer Dowd Lukesh, cum laude. Rose Emily Ducharme, summa cum laude. Daisha Veronica Edwy, cum laude. Jane Lyra Eisenberg, cum laude. Ellen Elizabeth Irving. Molly Gelman Fassler, cum laude. Stephanie Heather Feldman. Rachel Fiddler. Emily Quinn Finney. Jacqueline Flores. Anne Alexandra Franklin. Jacqueline Hope Friedman. Sweta Lakshmi Gaurapati. Calix Ayana Renee Gaston. Emma Irene Gavin, cum laude. Nikita Getu. Megan Elise Clamp Giannini, cum laude. Kara Natalie Godsich, magna cum laude. Elena Alexandra Goldstein, cum laude. Jessica Ann Gonchar, cum laude. Alexandria Simone Gonzalez. Mary Willa Augusta Green, cum laude. Maximinova O'Reilly Greenberg, magna cum laude. Laura Alexandra Grossman. Leon Gua, cum laude. Sharmishta Gupta. Emma Elizabeth Hadley, cum laude. Lauren Royce Hallberg. Selena Jean Kuunani Hayashi. Magna cum laude. Allison M. Healy, cum laude. Genevieve Juliana Hager. Katrina Teresa Hager. Asia Brianna Henderson. Izzy Hendry, magna cum laude. Ina Herlihy. Leah Ross Hochberg, cum laude. Catherine Teresa Holcomb, magna cum laude. Julia Howard, cum laude. Audrey Howell, summa cum laude. Rosalind Claire Hauer, in absentia, cum laude. Katie Huang, cum laude. Teresa Eicher, magna cum laude. Brianne Sao May Imada, summa cum laude. Janessa Marie Ingram, summa cum laude. Amanda Yu Lynn Jacobs. Laura Rose Jedalo, cum laude. Elizabeth Catherine Jones. Laura Riley Jones, cum laude. Anissa Junis. Sophia Danielle Kalin. Christina Kang. Zoe May Cow. Emma Beth Kelman, summa cum laude. Zoe Kickless. May F. Kim. Sharon Kim, cum laude. Anne Kathleen Kirkpatrick, summa cum laude. Jean Louise Larson, cum laude.
That was your mom, Jean.
Carrie Grace Latimer. Blake Lauren Loffer. Oriana Lavilla, cum laude. Kylie Ann Pearl Lawrence, magna cum laude. Eileen Lay, cum laude. Paging Lee. Anya Aline Leahy, magna cum laude. Emery Rose Lieberman Auerbach, cum laude. Emily Rhodes Lindberg. Jennifer Blake Livermore, cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Kessler Lobner. Jamie Tomia Lowe. Casey Lee Oliver Moss, cum laude. Catherine Ann McDonald, magna cum laude. Julia Serena McNelly, magna cum laude. Georgia Ann Macy, summa cum laude. Amelia Jane Shillington Minardi, cum laude. Laura Rebecca Mallison, cum laude. Caroline Carly Malone, magna cum laude. Sanggeet Mitra Manirajah, magna cum laude. Caitlin Catherine Elizabeth Marshall, cum laude. Isabella Starbuck Mascaroni. Allison Michelle Matamoros Membrano. Emily Grace Madison, magna cum laude. Simone Claire Mall. Diana Ellen McDonald. Elizabeth McKelvin, cum laude. Catherine Claire McGregor. Paloma Medina. Sarah Menzies. Anne Marie Miles. Alyssa Jane Monroe. Hannah Elaine Moore, magna cum laude. Emily F. Morris. Alexa Moy. Caitlin Aaron Muir. Claire Marie Murphy. Lan An Jessica Nguyen Fong. Catherine Elise Norwood. Carolyn Benson Novitt. Margaret Narimba, cum laude. Katarina Noelani O'Brien. Eden Kathleen Olson, magna cum laude. Moncochi Bonolo O tu Chile. Cum laude. Natasha Uday Pabrai. Tessa Paoli, magna cum laude. Camilla Wells Pecora. Anna Louise Petkovich, cum laude. Claire Miller Pompetti. Caitlin Elizabeth Powell, summa cum laude. Lauren Rose Prince, cum laude. Megan Replier Pritchett, magna cum laude. Irina Rubkina, cum laude. Ishmam Raida Rahman. Kyra Elizabeth Ray, cum laude. Megan Case Raymond, cum laude. Allison Elizabeth Hanson Regal, magna cum laude. Allison Judith Rigby, cum laude. Madeline Kirby Ripley, cum laude. Alfonsina Rodriguez, cum laude. Allison Barbara Ross. Madeline Drusilla Harkins Roy, cum laude. Eliana Rose Rudy, magna cum laude. Madeline Rose Ruvalo, summa cum laude. Leslie Ann Sachs, cum laude. Alexandra Jane Sachs. Hillary Ann Sager, cum laude. Sophie Maria Sauma. Amanda Shibley, magna cum laude. Rebecca Shell. Catherine Ruth Shatina, magna cum laude. Julie Elizabeth Seward, cum laude. Dana Shaker, summa cum laude. Kathleen Ford Shangra, magna cum laude. Elena Diane Sharma, cum laude. Alexandra Marie Sheridan. Hannah Shanehart, summa cum laude. Kara Spizner, cum laude. Lauren Seams, cum laude. Eliza Silverman, cum laude. Emily Hadeen Simmons, magna cum laude. Francesca Olivia Simmons. Tanawan Siri Watana Aksorn. Beatrice Schuster Smith, summa cum laude. Brianna Monet Smith, cum laude. Dominique Janae Smith. Leah Beth Sofer, summa cum laude. Casey Sprague. Zoe Yvonne Stallnecker. Lily Clara Stewart, magna cum laude. Haley Ann Strickland, cum laude. Melody Sturmel. Alexandra Hamilton Sullivan, cum laude. Sophia Yoshia, I'll do it again. Sophia Yoshie Suzukawa Tseng. Elsa Marie Swanson, cum laude. Charlotte Arikai Tabison. Sherilyn Keiko Tamagawa, cum laude. E. Pugh Theng, cum laude. Chelsea San Clemente Thompson, summa cum laude. Leave Scarlett Townsend, cum laude. Alexandra Jean Trim, cum laude. Mariah Faye So, cum laude. Elizabeth Page Tyson, summa cum laude. Taylor Jade Ulrich, magna cum laude. Julie Vicerova, summa cum laude. Adriana Valdivius. Ingrid Van Valkenburg, magna cum laude. Jillian Hannah Varney, cum laude. Alejandra Vena. Dana Marie von Schomburg, magna cum laude. Caroline Verlumis, cum laude. Anna Louise Randolph Walton, magna cum laude. Amanda Jane Walujono. Jessica Lily Warren, cum laude. Emma Hoder Wartzman, cum laude. Madison Ruth Williams. Zanae Matisse Williams. Cassandra Lee One, cum laude. Victoria Wong, cum laude. Maxine Jacobi. Jasmine Elaine Yee. Catherine Lillian Young. Shane Zachary, cum laude. Christine Zenel. Alexa Ray Zilberfarb.
Graduates, please rise. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Scripps College, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree Bachelor of Arts. Move your tassels. Woo! All right, take a seat. I promise I won't be long here. Today you join the legacy of the 8+ decades of bold, passionate, opinionated alumni who marched forward with the same kind of spirit and intent no matter the graduation year. Alumni are all that Ellen Browning Scripps envisioned when she took the leap of faith to invest her philanthropy in this place. Scripps College has prepared you to be leaders. It's in our mission. We prepare our students to be graduates who will, and I quote, contribute to society through public and private lives of leadership, service, integrity, and creativity. It's what we do. Now, a few of you have asked me about my definition of leadership, and I appreciate that. I do, I really do. But what I want to say to all of you is that Scripps is a place that allows you to define for yourself what it means to be a leader, how you will lead your life. I've seen leadership in action at Scripps in the many ways each of you has spent your time at the college, through SAS, taking a lead in the First Gen program, your work with SCA, grassroots organizing, maybe even organizing a protest on the lawn of Revelle House. Others have been involved in work in clubs and organizations, in mentoring and supporting your fellow students, in the student-run Motley Coffee House, or sustainability initiatives. You know we're taking the grass off Platte. Participating in the Student Investment Fund, giving your voice as a voting member on board committees, as RAs and peer mentors in the a cappella music groups. There are so many different expressions of leadership and a diversity of passions and values that drive our students and our alumni. But it's hard work, isn't it? Things don't always go as planned. Often the road is bumpy. People won't always value what you're trying to do. Sometimes you need to change course or your approach, and often the change you seek to create, the transformation you hope for, takes a lot longer than you think it should. So my charge to you is simple. Keep it up. Persistence and resilience will go a long way as you lead your life, as you seek transformation. Keep moving forward. And I have no doubt when you come back for your 20th reunion, 30th reunion, 50th reunion, that you will be amazed by the variety of transformative changes you and your classmates have achieved through volunteerism, creating businesses, social entrepreneurship, scientific discovery, inspirational art, civic engagement. Through all achievements, small or large, each of you will become a part of the fabric of Scripps' legacy on the world. You will continue to inspire us as you have inspired us during your time as a student here. We look forward to hearing from you often, to seeing you in the future, and most immediately, to congratulating you after the ceremony. So we have a few things we need to do before we can finalize all of this. We need to sing, right? We need to sing. So, as we're congratulating the class and you all stand, Professor Charles Comm and the Women's Vocal Ensemble is going to lead us in singing Thy Many Gifts. Everyone please stand and let's congratulate the class of 2014. One last instruction, please. If we could have the audience remain standing next to their seats until the recessional, including our new alumni, has completed, that would be helpful to us. And you remember to stay where you are, class, right, until we're all off the stage. All right, we'll see you on the lawn. Congratulations.